everyone, and welcome to another episode of Riding the Reaper. We are back after a couple of weeks down. As you can see, I haven't recorded in a long time. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of events in winter, so we are down on events, one, and two, never had anything to shoot, or I haven't been to any events because the Reaper was still a bit under the weather. That is the introduction to this video. Actually, we have got a new performance call pack that we're going to be putting on the car, and yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today if the weather holds up, because you obviously can't do something like that in the rain. So yeah, we are in Bullet at the moment with Ginger Ninja. We just came from Techno SA, and we just picked up some. It's Techno SA. Well, Techno SA. Okay. Well, anyways, we went to go pick up some tie rod ends for Bullet, because we are slowly but surely sorting out all the issues with Bullet. So basically tie rod ends, and then he's gonna go for alignment. And that's basically it, right? The brakes still and the exhaust leak. Yeah. Okay, got a slight exhaust leak because we bought a new exhaust gasket, but the exhaust, the one bolt was completely stripped, so we're gonna have to. And then we stripped another one, so we're gonna have to re-tap those and then get the exhaust leak sorted out, because right now she's down on power and also fuel consumption due to the exhaust leak. But she's been going well ever since you saw on the last video. I mean, we had clump issues with the TPS sensor. The TP, not even faulty braking. Not even faulty. Physically braking. Yeah, not even faulty, and not even. Why is everyone pulling brakes? There's a camera seeker. Not even faulty. Not even. How can I say? It physically brakes because the car's making so much torque that it's throwing the engine back and it's breaking the TPS sensor. So we found that one of the bolts aren't tightened, so we're gonna need to tighten that bolt, or both of the bolts. So we're gonna have to tighten those bolts. Yeah, they're longer, so we're gonna have to cut those as well. And I must say I'm very proud of this man. He's been sorting out the issues all by him lonesome. He's lonesome self. And I'm studying as a mechanical. Yeah, studying mechanical now, and he's working. Yeah, so yeah, he's sorting himself out. Every now and again just scratch on the car, but that's just to sort out the issues.
I don't like scratching on my car. Each time I scratch on my car, it's just not fun.
But that's how it works. As soon as you open the look, I told him from the get-go, the longer you stand and look at the motor, the worse it gets. So, and that's with everything, because you start, especially if you're a car guy, and especially if you're OCD like me, I don't like looking at my car's engine bay, because I'm like, okay, I want to fix that, and the price list just keeps going up. So, and yeah, so we're going to be installing that that coil pack on the Reaper today, if the weather allows me to. It doesn't look like it's going to allow me to, so I'll probably install it. This is we're filming Saturday, so I would probably install it tomorrow. If the weather is better tomorrow, I'll just check the weather and check if I can. If I can't do, I have to do it. So if I can't do it today, I'll definitely have to do it tomorrow. But I do want to get it sorted before the week starts. I don't want to be driving the car again, because the reason why we got the new coil back, and I want to explain to you guys step by step what we replaced to sort out all the issues, because the car had multiple issues that we sorted up until this point. So she still has an idling issue right now, but not as bad as what she had before. And we found a misfire in cylinder 3 and cylinder 4, and when we went to go and look up cylinder 3 and 4, it showed us that it was one side, the last two how can I say, plugs on the coil pack. So we found that that was the issue, and it was the coil pack itself. And if you remember back in the couple of other videos, I don't even know what video it was, we found that there was no signals coming from two of the wires. And now if I think back, it was probably those two wires that were dead, or those two cells that were dead on the coil pack. So it wasn't necessarily the wire's fault, it was the coil pack itself. So we're going to replace the coil pack and then see what it does. It's a performance coil pack. So the good thing about that is brighter spark, better spark, cleaner spark. Yeah, okay. Bullet showing why it has that name.
That was literally 100.
But on obviously a controlled course in Mexico that we're driving. So, but yeah, so we're gonna see what it does, and then I'll just update you on all the other small little things that we replaced so far on the Reaper to get it where it is right now, and hopefully the coil pack sorts all the issues. So yeah, let's get to it. So it's the next day. I procrastinated. It's Sunday, and we are going to be removing this bad boy right there. It's the old coil pack, and what we found is that these two over here, so it's 3 and 4, are giving the issues, the misfire. So what you need to do first is disconnect the negative terminal. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just transfer, instead of marking them, just transfer them to the new one. And you'll see, I think these are either 10 or 9 millimeters. We're going to get, there's 4 of them. There's one there, one down there, one there, and one there. And then we're going to disconnect this connector right there and transfer the new one on. The new one is a performance coil pack, and this is the stock one. The performance one will give a nice cleaner and hotter spark. It's got way more power output than that one. And yeah, so let me just explain a few things that we've replaced as well that I told you I was going to tell you in the video. Is we've replaced new wires. So these are all new wires. That is the second mass airflow sensor that we've replaced, because the first one that I replaced, there was an issue with that connector. So it was a wiring issue somewhere, because as you played with that red wire over there, it would drop and come back the signal. So we replaced that and that already. We've cleaned the entire system, cleaned the filter. We've done smoke tests, leak tests, nothing that came up there. And we've also then replaced now the IAC, which was the latest thing that I replaced with a new gasket. And then we also got brand new spark plugs in here. So we've done everything else regarding air, fuel and spark. I even ran some injector cleaner through it, just to see if it's maybe not an injector problem, but it doesn't seem to be. It definitely seems to be that, because on the live data that we watched on the OBD scanner is that cylinder 1 and 2 has a misfire, and we've picked up that if you look at this from the top like that these two are cylinder 3 and 4. So it shows that it's a bad coil pack. It can't be the wires are brand new, and it's very suspicious that it's these two right there that are giving the issue. So because I mean, if you look at the live data, it says 3 and 4, and this is 3 and 4. So yeah, so that's disconnected. I'm gonna get the new coil pack. I'm gonna loosen this one quickly and then transfer the wires and put the new one in. It's not a very difficult install. You can mark the wires if you want to. It's not absolutely necessary if you're just transferring them over. And you'll see there's another connector over here that is on this bolt. So if you take that one loose, just remember to put that one back on there. So I've got our new coil pack here. It's from Ultra Power. It's a really nice coil pack. It's extremely heavy, and as you can see, it looks like a Screaming Demon coil pack. I was gonna go for Screaming Demon, but this is way cheaper. Look, Gaia, you wanna see? It's not Sweeties or anything. So it's a really nice coil pack, and you can see it goes like that. It's exactly the same as that one. And I've already loosened all 4 bolts, and what we're going to do is just transfer them over so that we don't actually have to mark them or anything. So we just transfer them over, and it needs to snap into place. So you'll hear them click and snap, and both of those connectors need to be over, and that's what we're going to do all of them. Okay, so we've got the old one out. You can see the old one here. This is stock. I don't know if it was replaced. It doesn't look like it was replaced. These normally generally last for about 120,000 kilometers or 5 years. And these two are the issue here. I don't see any connectivity issues or any conductive issues. You'll see this clip was also broken. On the new one it's obviously not. And yeah, that's what she looks like. I don't see any Ford markings on here, so I guess it was replaced. But I mean, the car does have 130,000 kilometers on, and so I mean, and it's definitely older than 5 years. So this is the brand new one. You can see it looks very nice in here. Put your new connector on, you pop into place. All these are nice and tight, popped into place. Just make sure they don't touch any heat lines. They're not close to any heat lines. This is the other connector that I was talking about. I'll just need to retape this some other time. It's not close to any heat, and then we just need to line up the bolts and tighten this one down. It is nice in place. All the lines and holes are lined up. The wires are all nice. They're all popped in. And yeah, so we're just going to line them up quickly. Got your bolts here. Just keep the bolts in my pocket, and they're all nicely lined up. So all we need to do is just tighten them down with your ratchet. This was one thing I didn't think about looking at, and like I said, it was very suspicious that these two were the issue, and these two were the issue where we were getting misfires in cylinder 3 and 4. So yeah, definitely something to take a look at if you are having any idling issues. I mean, idle air control valve is the first thing you would want to look at. Mass airflow sensor, another thing, and then spark, because spark, air and fuel, those are the things that the car runs on. So if you're getting bad signals or bad readings from sensors and those kinds of things, those are things you're gonna have to look at. So all we need to do now is reconnect the battery, start it up, and see what she sounds like.
Kaya, hello. Hello, Susie. Hello, Momo. What's it? Where's that gone? Where's that gone? What did he do? Did he do it right? Did he fix it?
You're working on the car, right? Easy. Just a spanner.
Oh!
Later.
Guys, what's up? It's been about a week later after installing the coil back. As you can see, I'm here by Command Motors again, and the Reaper there in the background, because the idling issue still persists, unfortunately. So we're just gonna diagnose the car once again, check if there's any other issues that we can pick up. I am gonna get a fuel filter today, just in case. Hopefully it was something stupid, because the only other things that we can think of now is injectors, fuel filter, which I'm thinking it might be, and what was the other thing? Oh, the cam sensor. Hoping it's not the cam sensor. Cam sensor error did pop up once when I had battery issues, but we thought it was due to the battery issues, and it hasn't popped up again. So we're not sure if it might be that, but yeah, we're gonna diagnose it again today, see if there's I've diagnosed it. I've ran my OBD scanner, and I haven't picked up any error codes whatsoever, so there's no error codes on the car. So so it's definitely something mechanical and not electrical, since there's no error codes. And that bucky with the wood flatbed, very nice. But yeah, I'm hoping it's not the cam sensor. I don't want to buy another sensor. If I have to, I have to, but I don't really want to buy another sensor. Sensors are quite expensive with the import duties and so on. But we're gonna have to check it out now. I definitely want to check the fuel pressure, because I'm not sure if it might be the fuel pump going, or if it might be the fuel filter, because I think we replaced this fuel filter about 2 years ago, so it is quite old. They normally last about 2 years and 120,000, no, not even 120,000, sorry, like 30,000 kilometers. So I'm definitely going to replace the fuel filter and just see if that helps, because right now it sounds like I have a massive cam in the car, idles hopping like this constantly. So that's a very big issue that we have to check if we can sort out. But let's see what we can do. See a lot of these every day. A Lincoln Navigator with the lights by the foot ramps. It's pretty awesome. See this thing from the front. With the side pipes. Pretty awesome. And just the ZR1 casualty sitting. The Z28 Camaro. I think you've seen that in the previous video. Look, I mean, this thing looks from the front. Crazy. The Americans with their huge SUVs. I mean, this SUV is the size of our buckies. This thing's massive. And then we've got a nice Chevy 150. 1500 up here. These things make awesome drag cars. Go check out it's just the Sixes videos. He's got one of these completely drag setup. Yeah, this thing's still one of my favorites. But now with the ZR1, the ZR1's pretty fucking hot. Just get through here. ZR1, my friends. What a nice looking car. So as you can see, cylinder 4 being the main issue here. Got a misfire on that the entire way through. So we're back at it again. As you can see, I got the cold air intake disconnected so that we can get to those spark plugs there. The reason why we're getting to those spark plugs is we found out that these spark plugs that I've been running, NGK Rs, number one, were the wrong spark plug. Number two, the gap was incorrect. As you can see, if this focuses, that gap over there is a lot bigger than what it was when it was in the car. That was like a slither of what it is now, and we gapped it like this. The gap was supposed to be 0.065 as per specs, and it was gapped at 0.65, which is a major difference. Doesn't sound like a difference, but that zero makes a hell of a difference. And we just got some nice Iridium plugs. Got your copper slip there, and we've got some nice NGK Iridiums, which is the actual spark plug that needs to be in there. And as you can see, this is gapped from the factory, and you'll see the difference in the gap there immediately. And also the point is obviously Iridium and not the usual platinum or copper spark plug. So we've been running the wrong spark plugs, and that is one of the issues, or is the major issue, because once we gapped these, I drove it to Wayne, as you can see in the video. It was by Wayne, and we gapped these, and the car drove basically near perfect after we gapped them. So Wrong spark plug, gap incorrect, and that could be the main issue to all the problems that I've been having. Because one, she's not getting a good enough spark or hot enough spark. The heat ranges on these are pretty shitty compared to the Iridiums. And so what you need to do now is install them, and don't just start the car, leave it running, and then say, okay, cool, the spark plugs are working, and then turn it back off, because it won't run through a heat cycle, which means it's going to build up carbon on them, and yeah, it's just going to give a whole bunch of issues. You can have misfires. So we need to install this and then go run the car, run it through a heat cycle, and get the car all nice and hot, and burn all the shit that basically built up, because these spark plugs weren't burning all the carbon and wasn't igniting all the fuel that was coming into the engine. So that's why we were having rough idle and all those things. So we're gonna install the Iridiums and see what that does. Okay guys, so I've been driving the car now for about 3 or 4 days with the new spark plugs in, with the Iridium spark plugs, and it's made a massive difference. Even gapping the old spark plugs made a difference, but this is just on a whole other level. Took it out once we installed them, took it out on a run, and it performed amazingly. Just to give you an idea, the idle was surging all the time, and the car was rattling, a lot of engine noise and those kinds of things, and this is after I changed the plugs. And as you can see, she sounds great. So yeah, sorry about that. So massive difference, and she's as fit as a horse, if you want to say that. And wow, she's just performing on another level now. She's just a whole different animal with these Iridium plugs. It's shocking what a difference the gap in a plug can make, and obviously the right plug as well. I'm going to be ordering a fuel filter just to be on the safe side. This fuel filter is about 3 years old, so I'm going to be getting a new fuel filter, and then I can start running some octane booster on the car again. I've been running octane booster for quite a while now already, and the car seems to be loving it. So I've been running octane booster, but when these issues started, I stopped running the octane booster. So yeah, I'm going to start running octane booster now again, get that new fuel filter, and yeah, car seems to be back on track, so I can start joining events again and start going out to runs and stuff. So oh, thank God, this was a weight off my shoulders. She still surges every now and again, but it doesn't affect the car, so we'll still look into that. But it's the car feels way more healthier than what it did. But thank you for watching. If you watched right till the end, I know this is a long video, but I just wanted you all to see the process and how long and how many things I've changed on the car so far up until this point. But the Reaper looks like she's back on her feet, up and running. Thank you again everyone who watched, and if you like the video, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and don't forget to share the video with friends and family. This is Ride in the Reaper. Peace out.